James, what are you doing on the side of the highway? I just saw you. I pulled over. It's dangerous. What are you doing?
Smell that, smell that.
Did you fart?
No, it's fresh. Look, it's the hills. You know, I've realised that we rush these days, and if we don't pull over and just enjoy the scenery once in a while, it's all going to just fly by.
You ran out of fuel in the Wagoneer, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuel economy is abysmal.
You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is the Cadillac Escalade.
The new Cadillac Escalade.
And we like it a lot.
Well, we've been in it a few times.
We have now, yeah.
And it kind of has impressed us.
For a couple reasons. Number one, this does have Magna-Ride suspension. That's really, really important in an SUV that weighs 1 quadrillion pounds because there's mass when you brake and accelerate. And this has the ability to keep it comfortable and level.
That, plus the independent rear suspension.
Yep.
It's actually a lovely passenger vehicle.
It is. And now we're coming up to a stop sign, and if you go and do some deceleration, we stay almost perfectly level.
It doesn't pitch.
It's honestly amazing. It really is.
I was just in an Alpina XB7, which is a fantastic vehicle.
Yep.
But it's a basic pitch.
It's a basic pitch.
And this is just fantastic. When you have passengers,
you warn me about these jokes, James.
when you have passengers,
yeah,
the fact that they're not disturbed by you braking is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, you can have an open cup of coffee in this car, and it will not slosh over when you brake.
It's spacious. I got this cool tech here.
Yep, we're going to go over more of that in detail in a minute. But this has Super Cruise. We haven't had one of these with Super Cruise before.
No, which is their hands-free driving tech.
And it is very good.
Yeah, on 400 series specific highways.
Yep.
It means you haven't got to have your hand on the wheel or your foot on the accelerator.
Right, and you can just turn the turn signal and it will change lanes for you.
Autonomous tech. Pretty autonomous.
Crazy. Well, I mean, you gotta be careful with the word autonomous because it's not quite autonomous. But
fine.
yeah.
This car is at least ominous. It's black, it's the Sport Platinum, it's spacious.
Great segue, James.
I just think from a lot of angles,
yep,
as a 3-row massive SUV thing, it's a bit of a win. But, as much as we like it, this isn't the only big-ass 3-row American SUV out there.
No, you can get one of these.
The Lincoln Navigator.
And now this.
The new guy.
The Grand Wagoneer.
The rebirth of an American icon that Jeep says will redefine our concept of American premium. This is a Grand Wagoneer Series 3, and as spec'd, this 3-row body-on-frame television screen extravaganza costs $130,000.
That's pretty much the same price as a full-sized Range Rover, or a fully decked-out Cadillac Escalade like the one we have today, provided graciously by our friend Morgan from the Cars and Crosby YouTube channel, and Finch Cadillac. So yeah, these things, even the air quotes American value options, are getting very expensive. But are they any good? Let's find out.
If you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing around. So subscribe and hit the bell.
Okay, these cars, or trucks, sorry.
Careful.
I'm gonna get
careful.
shot.
SUVs, actually. We've said trucks and we get in trouble from the audience as well.
We do get in trouble.
SUV is the only word to describe these.
They're about presence. They want to command a presence, right?
Yes. Look at all these letters. There's so many letters. And if you go to the back, it's even more ostentatious. It's kind of cheesy, but at the same time, it's kind of cool.
It's on brand.
It is. That's what it is.
But the Wagoneer is the same size. So
as what?
As the Grand Wagoneer.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that there's a Wagoneer and a Grand Wagoneer.
The Cherokee is smaller than a Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer just gets the fancy stuff.
Right. Okay. This is the fanciest of the fancy.
And
right?
it's dressed in velvet red pearl and all the chrome you could ever want and need.
I'm not sure how I feel about this side bit here.
It looks like a canal boat.
What do you mean?
I grew up on the canal, lifting up the locks and stuff.
We know that you did not do any labor growing up. Do you mean like in England, the canal
boats?
Yeah,
you push.
We'll put a picture up.
You push the thing and it opens the lock, and this looks like a canal boat that goes through. We'll show a photo. But
Okay, I know what you mean with the windows, right? The windows on the side.
I think this looks fine from the front. It's got Grand Cherokee looks. It's the rear that loses me. There's a lot of chrome going on.
I don't know if I like it or not. I get it. There's
I know that I don't.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, a confident man.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think it's kind of it's doing what it should do, which is going, look at me. I bought the big expensive V8 SUV.
And it does get looks, but maybe because it's new, we never know. Will it get looks a year from now, or does it look like a big Grand Cherokee?
I don't know. Probably that. Yeah.
A great
But
Grand Cherokee.
Speaking of things that are designed to show off, that's what this is. But this is the platinum.
This is a sport platinum.
Sport platinum.
So we've got
it's
black stuff
It's
going on.
completely blacked out, which I think works for this.
Yes, it matches the airport car that it is.
Yeah, that, and also I don't like Escalades when they have too much chrome. In fact, I don't like anything when they have too much chrome. Like, for example, this, you don't like this in body color. This is a Ferrari Roma.
It's exactly as a Ferrari Roma.
It has a body color grille. I
Yeah.
think it's better like that than it is if it had chrome on the grille.
I don't know.
Really?
I think the Navigator looks like the giant boat that it is. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's really massive. Like, look at me.
Yeah, no, you can completely disappear behind them. You can disappear into the trunks as well. This is the long wheelbase of the Escalade.
Yeah,
right?
so we've cheated a bit because,
Yeah.
well, first of all, this is the ESV. The Wagoneer doesn't come in a long wheelbase yet. It's coming.
Right.
And this is the Reserve, not the Reserve L. And then Americans are going to be saying, well,
How do you remember all of this?
if these are the fancy 130 grand, 130 grand, 107 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
there is a black label trim in the US. But in Canada, all we get is the Reserve. So shut up.
These just sound like whiskeys.
But that's the vibe, you know? It's leather chair, whiskey,
100%.
carry
is.
a family of 8 to...
Yeah, fireplace. You're probably a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, leather books on the shelf that you don't read.
No, you're giving them way too much credit.
In the back, okay, so this is a long wheelbase, so it has a lot of space.
Yes.
But these two have like the gate thing.
The window
glass.
split
What is
window.
the word? Is there a word? Split window?
No, split windows, that's not true.
No, that's different. We don't know what it's called. That one doesn't though. Wagoneer.
No.
What were they thinking? Oh, main rivals had it.
It's over.
How else are you going to put your lumber? I need the 2x4s to go all the way through to the front, because when you have one of these, it shows that not only do you like luxury and sophistication, but you also probably do some sort of towing and man things.
Well, talk about towing. That's where this wins.
Oh, that's right.
9,860 pounds, give or take what might be the wrong answer.
You don't remember, do you?
I think it's 9,860.
It's over 9,000. These are all good enough to tow a boat.
9,860. No, my boat is 8880.
You don't have a boat.
I got a canal boat. I told you I grew up on the lock.
But let's go drive the Wagoneer. All right, in the Grand Wagoneer.
You want to say Grand Cherokee?
I do, because I'm not used to saying Grand Wagoneer.
This is the first... Sorry, Jeep has not had a 3-row since the Commander.
Right.
And now they have 3.
Three rows.
3 rows.
Yes.
Yeah, which actually...
That's 9 rows.
That's 9 rows.
Wow. So we did just drive the Navigator. We're not going to go really much into detail in it because we have driven it before, and actually James wrote a review on Instagram.
I did.
We write every once in a while, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's nice. However, it reminds me of the F-150 in that it jitters over bumps in a way the Escalade did not.
Yes, and also it suffers from other things, like it pitches really hard on braking, and which I said in my original review actually.
Yes.
The 3.5 litre turbo 6 is the only engine choice to get the Navigator, and it kind of lets it down a bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound great.
It's fine. There's some torque, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of torque. It's fine. It's just not.
There is, I will say that there is an association that I have with giant American SUVs and that sound.
Massive displacement.
Massive
Well,
displacement.
this thing has a lot to haul. 6,400 pounds,
That's just so much.
which is heavier by far than the rest of them.
Yeah.
Despite its extra towing capacity, that's a bit of a trade-off. 6.4 litre naturally aspirated V8.
Yeah, so you put those things together, and with the the aerodynamics of a bus,
Yeah.
and you end up with, I don't know, maybe the worst fuel economy I've ever seen in a
so-
modern car. Period.
So we were getting 23 litres per 100 kilometres, or
Yeah.
24 in the city and 19 on the highway.
See, that is almost
Yes.
similar to what you get with a Ram when towing a 6,000-pound trailer.
And that's with one driver in the car not towing anything.
Like, that is just
You
abysmal.
have to really like the look of this thing.
to really
to
like,
wanna
look.
do it.
There is some technology in here that, like, for as taking care of an idiot like you, I can push this button down here, and I get a really unflattering view of James.
What are you talking about? This is the best ear you've ever seen.
It's a great
This is
ear.
how you know I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
Speaking of technology, we
Yeah.
credited the Escalade just now with Super Cruise,
Yep.
but Jeep and Lincoln have got their own stuff coming.
Which means that the Grand Wagoneer's tech, Jeep's hand-free driving assistant, should be able to go toe-to-toe with GM's Super Cruise, and the Lincoln's Active Glide. Yeah, I know what you might be thinking.
That sounds a bit like a lube.
It does sound like lubricant, yes.
Yeah.
And then you've got Ford's answer, which is going to be what they've been sued over it actually, or trying to sue, is Blue Cruise, because it sounds too much like Super Cruise.
It also sounds like blue balls.
Blue balls, yeah.
So we've got blue balls and active.
Yeah,
Glide.
don't get Blue Cruise today. Use Active Glide so that you and her can both get your Super Cruise. It's a weird naming system.
It is not perfect.
But
yeah.
like, they're all very similar. They all work only on specific highways. They're
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Tesla, for example, I think is autonomous anywhere.
Right. Well, get careful how you use the word autonomous. People do.
Fine. Huge asterisk, okay?
Yeah.
Give me the benefit of the doubt. I think it's all crap. I hate cars. Everything's rubbish. But they're autonomous.
So anyway, so more like how this actually drives. Okay, the steering is a little numb compared to its brother, the Ram. Honestly.
It weighs more than a Ram truck.
No, I know. And so the seat is comfortable, driving position is good, it is easy to point, and it is nice and quiet in here.
Yeah.
In fact, the loudest noise that I'm hearing is you yammering and the cooled seats.
On the highway it's silent.
Yep.
It's got the. If you want to listen to the Macintosh sound system, it's there. I do think that the font of Macintosh looks a bit like you purchased it from Hot Topic.
It is definitely a little bit hot topic.
For like a premium, sales point, it's a bit of a
It's
weird.
either that, or it's like the font for a band that does some sort of Gregorian chant metal.
Yes, yeah, like throat singing metal.
Yeah. Okay. Also, pitching is really important in a vehicle like this, and the Cadillac doesn't. And so, how about this? Yeah. Okay. So it pitches.
It pitches a little bit.
It does do some pitching.
But not as bad as Navigator. It's in
Not as
between.
bad. It is in between. But it's such a huge thing in a vehicle of this size, is that control over the mass, right? And I think that the Cadillac still has it beat.
But that is another way, and you V8ers are going to hate me for this, but it's another way that EV is going to solve that. When these go EV,
That center of gravity is going to be so low.
center of gravity is going to drop.
Yep.
It's going to be smooth. I think my only real gripe, especially now that I've driven it and I've been passenger
Yep.
with my TV,
Yeah.
is that I'm not big on the way it looks from the outside.
That's fair.
Not even the chrome, just the actual general design.
But what about the way it looks on the inside?
Yeah, let's line them up.
Okay.
Now we're going to spend a bit more time in this because we've reviewed the Escalade in detail.
Yep.
And we will look at the Navigator as well. But
Yes.
this is the big news.
And it is nice.
Yeah, the Range Rover Grand Wagoneer.
He's been obsessed about this ever since he picked it up. This has kind of a Range Rover, kind of a Range Rover look here. Yes,
It's a Range Rover wheel.
It's not. It's a two-spoke wheel, which is not a Range.
Which I like, actually.
Which does mean that you can do the dad cruise. You're just gonna kind of cruise like this, right? Yeah. I like this. I think it's a really nice looking steering wheel. Gauge cluster kind of reminds me of a Volvo. Not really that bright.
Well, they're under pressure because the Escalade came along with its 37-inch
Yes,
curved OLED.
we will look at that again.
So does that keep up with it? I don't know.
Not quite. I don't think it does, no. However, this does. You know how the original Grand Wagoneer had wood paneling on the outside?
Yeah.
They've just inversed it. It's all in here now.
They've done a very good job.
This reminds me, I have a guitar that's it was a very nice. I spent a lot of money on it.
Of course you do.
And it had a special mahogany, and this reminds me of that mahogany. I bet you this has a lovely resonance quality.
Yes, I'm sure it plays Wonderwall just the same way you do. Absolutely fantastic.
Beautifully.
There's fingerprints everywhere.
There is. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But this, I want to point out, it is filled with marble.
Yes,
It's
well,
so funny.
that contributes to its 6,400-pound curb weight.
That's right. If they hadn't opted for the marble countertops, this would be a lighter vehicle.
Oh, everyone knows digital marble weighs a lot.
A lot. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of digital, look at this thing.
That's lovely.
It is pretty cool. And watch this. Boom, we're in a Bentley.
No, the Bentley would turn and show you a compass.
That's true. This is turning and showing us our ports to plug things in.
That's nice. No one's going to nick your phone.
Yeah, but neither can you.
But you got wireless CarPlay. So you throw it in,
I guess.
you bring it back.
What if I want to use my phone when
not
I'm
supposed to.
parked?
Yeah, when you're parked, you go get it.
But
while
then
you're
but then
driving,
I can't adjust my temperature.
that would be fun. You have to go for it.
Okay, well I guess
Actually, you can here. Although this confuses me because it feels like if you're going to press that, it's going to make it hotter, but it makes it colder.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
You know
really?
why?
I see, because
it's
it goes
that,
both
You get
up
used
and
to
down.
it.
Okay,
But
that's...
it caught me out. I don't like being confused.
All right, so this has also got this. This is the same as like, well, in all FCA stuff. Sorry, Stellantis. This is
Do you think one consumer knows the name Stellantis? Yet?
No one does.
That's
And
the name of the company.
It is the name of the company now.
Some
yeah.
of you guys are like, oh, duh, but I promise you, no one knows. And then we have, obviously this Macintosh.
There's a
sound system.
cooler in here that is extremely cool.
Yeah, there's frost.
There's literally frost
and
in it.
But there's frost in the Escalade as well.
Wow.
Passes the frost test.
The frost test.
But yeah, we got the Macintosh sound system, which is a lowly 23 speakers, as opposed to the 36
It's fine.
in the Escalade.
It's fine. None of these are like groundbreaking. They're good.
Th're good.
They're good, but they're not like
yeah. They're not Mark Levinson Lexus level.
No.
They're not the Bowers and Wilkins in the
Nope.
X7.
No, they're not that good.
But what about the rear seats? Because that's maybe where these cars shine.
Let's go check it out. All right. I'm sorry. This is really cool.
Canadians are always sorry, eh?
We are, but I don't know what I'm sorry about. I'm excited because I'm literally just watching Prime Video right now, or Netflix or YouTube, whatever you want, and it's a really good quality screen.
But now the shotgun passenger doesn't miss out either, because they also get their own screen.
Yes, and you can't see it as the driver, so
It's
that
dimmed.
person can watch.
Yeah.
No, this is just so cool. This is actually a very high quality screen. Like, this is better than what Mercedes is doing in the backseat today.
You know what, these seats are a bit stiff.
They're a bit stiff,
Bit jump
and they're
seats.
weirdly adjustable. Like, they don't, I don't know, they're, oh my God. Why do they just collapse?
I know, and they might...
Excuse me, that was not me. Ow.
The smell in here says otherwise.
This is just not ideal here.
Okay, there's
Okay.
lots of piano black again, lots
Yep.
of fingerprint stuff.
Yep.
This is where kids are going to be sitting. It's going to be disgusting.
Oh, it will be literally disgusting back here. Like, this is just going to be a cesspool of diseases.
But we've got the floating screen here, which is
Yeah,
actually quite
that's nice. I like this big console here, right? Huge amounts of space.
It's definitely spacious back here.
It is.
And then we got the final row.
Which we can fit in. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't even a long wheelbase. And there's a separate sunroof.
Yeah.
There isn't much more to talk about back here. Honestly, these are the highlight. I think these are really high quality screens. They play individual shows.
And because they
right?
use the Fire TV tech.
Yes.
It's really quick.
Yes.
Because Jeep would have messed up this.
100% would have,
It's
yeah.
good that they've outsourced it
Yeah.
to Jeffrey Bezos. Let's go look at the Navigator. In the Navigator,
Yeah, this is the oldest.
it is the oldest, so
And
it's
it
suffering
shows.
on the tech side. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is quite a plain looking screen.
The backup camera is embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
what
not
is
good
that?
enough. That's not good enough.
It looks like the backup camera you get on one of those like Amazon dash cams that comes with a camera as an extra.
On a six-figure price car,
It's just not.
it's got to be better than that. But these seats are six-figure level. The customized adjustability, adjustability.
Yeah.
The
Words.
the amount of stuff this
How
moves,
do they
and
work?
then even when you hit massage and you go to adjust, you can
Yeah.
adjust.
No, they're very customizable. This is a bit laggy. It is a bit laggy.
I don't think it's laggy. It's just old. Oh, you can't do. Anyway,
Anyway, this is like everything about this is a little bit behind, but it is still nice.
well, we're on the eve
Right.
of a refresh, which is what happens every time you review three
We
cars.
do a trio review every single time we have someone's like, well, why'd you bother doing this? Why didn't you wait for the Lincoln Navigator to be refreshed? Because that's not how it works. There's always one.
But we leave that as a caveat, though.
At least the cooled seats work like crazy. I'm like an air hockey puck floating above the seats.
But yeah, the wood, the
really
wood in
good.
this doesn't feel as
No.
upmarket as the Wagoneer.
And it's missing that like satin gloss.
But
That's
who
not a
cares?
thing,
Who
satin
cares?
gloss.
It's comfortable.
It is comfortable. Yes.
It's a giant, comfy vehicle.
And as we said, the way that it drives is in some ways less sophisticated, in some ways just as nice, right? They're all so similar.
Yeah, except this has the 3.5 litre V6 turbocharged, which
Right.
doesn't sound very good, is a bit poopy, doesn't
Yeah.
get great fuel economy.
Still. But it has a trailer brake controller and you can tow with that engine, same as in the F-150. So, I mean, there is that. Maybe
Yeah.
if you drive it outside of the boost, you can get better fuel economy, but who does that, really?
How does it look after its passengers?
Let's go check.
Pretty well.
Yeah. These seats are I think maybe a little bit more comfortable than the Grand Wagoneer.
They are. They're a bit thicker.
I will say though, kids
Yeah.
like to pull and pull everything, right?
Kids?
If there's buttons,
How do they work?
If there's buttons, they push them. And see, you have one lever to adjust the backrest, and it collapses you into
No.
a pretzel.
It's character building. My dad would have wished I had that. Well, we're not blessed with the same tech because, again, this is slightly
No,
older
this
now.
is embarrassing. This looks like the entire infotainment from a 2002 Kia,
Right.
right? Like that's what that looked. It's this little
Thomas
thing
with
with a
the
number.
smackdowns today.
Well, I mean,
But it's spacious. It's comfortable.
it is. But one thing I will say is that the Grand Wagoneer is a little bit more of a sturdy vehicle. Like everything in here is a little bit, you know what I mean?
There's some give.
Yeah, there's some give.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Some give.
Also, we did just break the door. It's worth saying.
No, we didn't.
We did. Yeah.
No.
The latch mechanism malfunctioned.
No, that's the person before us. What about the rear seats? They look a bit more jumpery, a bit more similar to...
Yeah, they're very similar to the. Yeah, we can still fit in them. Like we can sit behind ourselves.
Yeah.
But let's go look at the Escalade.
All right. Soft close.
Oh yes, soft close. That's nice.
Yeah. So we've done the Escalade at length. We're
Yes.
we're just going to do high level stuff.
Yep.
Seat comfort.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It is quite
Similar.
good.
Not as adjustable as the Navigator.
No, definitely not. Definitely not as adjustable. But I think just in general, they're as comfortable. I really do like this screen.
Yeah.
I think
do
it's.
as well.
I think like visually, it's a nice design. I think that the stitching on the outside is good. The little curve, the black levels are fantastic.
It's driver centric though.
Where's
my TV screen?
You don't
Grand
have
Wagoneer's
one.
got a TV.
I think that visually, the Grand Wagoneer looks better in here.
Okay.
Like it looks better.
More of an occasion.
Yeah, exactly. This is when we got the Super Cruise thing now, right? That's pretty neat. But I mean, I don't know. Alcantara headliner, that's nice. Got the nice stitching. The quality of these leathers is very good.
Yes.
Yeah, like in certain ways it's nicer than the Wagoneer. In certain ways it isn't, right? But I mean, this is a simpler interior.
I kind of like it.
This is definitely
Kinda like
simpler. I definitely like the basic climate control more than the screen with the flip and the whole thing, right? Ooh, a cooler as well. We have coolers here, and it is very cold. This
Also frost.
it also looks like exactly the same cooler. Like it's made by the same company, same dimensions and everything. Like maybe I just bought it from the same supplier.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Fridges are us.
Fridges are us.
All right.
Fridges. You want to check out the back seat?
Yeah. Also, one thing with this,
Yeah.
because we haven't got a center console, we have
Yes.
this button.
Okay.
Electrically adjust. Oh.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And
That's pretty cool.
But if you do it again,
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Whoa.
look at that.
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, so you
I
haven't
like
got
that.
to feel guilty about all the Wendy's you've been eating.
It's
You've got
easy to get.
all the room in the world to waddle to the back.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
All right, watch your toesies. You can-
Yeah, but look at this. Yeah, oh,
yeah, see, this is the advantage of no center console, right?
I can join you.
You just about had an armrest enema there. Careful. So
Hey, that's free healthcare in America.
okay, so this is not quite as like fancy. Do you know what I mean? Back here, right? Like the Grand Wagoneer has, well, in these specs exactly, has a lot more like going on. These are nice screens though. I will say.
Yeah.
But they're not like I can't watch Netflix.
Well, you,
Right.
but you can use a USB and HDMI and stuff.
Yes, and you can still watch stuff, which is very nice. But I do like that they're here and they tilt. That's nice.
These seats are most similar to the Grand Wagoneer. That kind of jumpery,
Yeah, I agree.
thin seat.
They're adjustable and they're decently comfortable, lots of headroom. But I'll say it again, in terms of usability and practicality, I really like not having the center console because you need to just dump a bunch of people in the car really quick.
Yeah.
They just like a minivan, like a shuttle at an airport. They just come in and go to the back.
Yeah,
right?
no, this works. This is
Yeah.
this is better.
I do like it. The
Yeah.
materials are still good.
All right, so on the interiors then,
Yes.
which is your pick? Because it's a big one.
I honestly, I'm not sure that I feel like I'd have to live with each of them for a year because
Right.
there's so many features.
Okay,
and
break
some
it
stuff
down.
you might not get it. You might not
As a
get.
passenger and as
Yeah.
a driver, which one would you rather be as a driver?
As a passenger, I would 100% do Grand Wagoneer,
Okay.
and as a driver, I'm Escalade.
Okay.
Every day, all day.
All right.
Yeah.
Cargo space?
No, James, Cargo Road. God, you're such an idiot.
I worry about that boy. Anyway, cargo space with these three is a bit of a moot point, because today we have the Escalade in long wheelbase form. At the very least, it showed us that to really maximize function while carrying a full load of people, you do need a long wheelbase version. Because all three of these are about having everything. Room for the family, luxury, technology, and the ability to tow anything you might take with you for a weekend away. However, having a massive body-on-frame, truck-made luxury SUV does have its downsides. You do get a truck-like ride quality, and our fuel bill for this day of testing was genuinely eye-watering. Now, between these three, despite being the newest, the Grand Wagoneer isn't the clear winner. It has some impressive technology and looks beautiful on the inside, but the Escalade does still drive better and is more controlled, and obviously still has some cutting-edge tech inside. The Lincoln, on the other hand, feels a bit behind because it's due for a refresh, but at least it was the cheapest of the three. So if you're looking for a massive luxury family hauler, you're looking in the right place. Each of these have their own flavor, and none fail at the task at hand. Just set aside some extra cash for fuel stops. Thanks for watching.